What embarrassing phase did you go through as a teenager? I started a rap crew based on Winnie the Pooh. I was Pooh Daddy, my friend was the Notorious T.I.G. and another friend was Big O. We were writing a song called Honey Rhymes with Money. The name of this group? Pooh-Tang Clan. Edit. To all the people asking for tracks, unfortunately the world wasn't ready for the wokeness of our raps about thuggin' in the 100-acre words. You actually finish writing the song? Would love to hear that shirt. I only remember one line where I said, "Guns don't kill people, I kill people." My sister found my rap journal and read it out loud, and even now the thought makes me want to walk into traffic. Put your hand in my honey pot? That's how you get shot. Thinking that my angst would be seen by potential mates as mysterious and cool, when in reality I was just insufferable and self-absorbed. Yes. Thinking everyone's like, poor pretty sad girl. I wonder what's she thinking. I bet she's deep. OMG, stop talking about me. Potential mates. What is this, a nature documentary? British accent. I'm from the southern US. Thank goodness I'm not the only one. Weirdly, about 6 years ago, I was watching a lot of British game shows and shows on YouTube and would start to say words with a British accent. I wanted to stop, but it was so easy, and then I got used to it and then my friends were calling me out. Cringe shiver. A few years ago I worked at a Starbucks, and for fun I changed the inflection of my voice and do small accent things sometimes, because I saw hundreds of people a day and got bored. After a couple of months of this, I messed up my accent a little and had to practice sounding normal again. My beard started growing only on one side, and I refused to shave it. Oh man, rough times. I don't know why, but I was embarrassed to start shaving, and I had a ducking furry face for a while, like the I've never shaved before peach fuzz look. It's the cringiest thing that I've ever let happen. Lol, I went through the first beard phase too. It was pretty much just a pubic neck beard. All my friends told me it looked like shirt, but I ignored them, because I finally had a beard. One day I saw another guy with similar facial hair, and realized how bad it looked. Went home and looked in the mirror and realized mine looked pretty much just like that and trimmed that shirt off. I had hair over one eye because I thought I looked like Jessica Rabbit. Spoiler, I definitely did not look like Jessica Rabbit. After that, I shaved the underside of my hair like the little girl on The Crow. Can't rain all the time. I mean, most of us are dressing like the kid from The Crow now, so you're ahead of the game. I did the hair over one eye too, except I ended up looking a lot more like Violet from The Incredibles than Jessica Rabbit. It was not a good look. When I was 15, well before Avril Lavigne happened, skater boys were the most attractive guys in my social environment. My friend, my sister and I would spend evenings hanging around the skate park, checking out the guys and fighting over which one of us would get to date the cutest guy. After about a month of this we conceded that the answer was none of us. They probably didn't even realize that is what you were trying to do. My grandma caught my sister and cousin spying on boys in a similar situation. They tried to say that they were just looking out the window. Her response was, "I have 3 daughters and 8 granddaughters. Don't you think I can guess what you're doing? Now, get away from the window before they see you staring. You'll come off as overeager." Row. Overeager is like grandma's for slut. One time, my grandma cut out an ad for a strip club from the newspaper, placed it on the dining table, and was like, "Do you girls see any similarity in the way you dress to how she dresses? Savage grandma is savage. Don't slut shame me grandma." Loudly crying face. When I first got Facebook, I had a phase where all of my status updates had to have a song lyric in it. The phase when every song is relatable, and then you just don't care. I never grew out of this phase, I just stopped posting the lyrics everywhere. I still have to fight the urge to post relatable lyrics. Cheesy, overwrought love letters to girls I dated for a month or 2. Sometimes, I just want to hold you until you duck and crumble. That sounds like a threat, but I'm laughing so hard. I wrote this sort of letters to boys who barely knew me. She broke up with me soon after, and I'm pretty sure it's because her dad told her to, because I was so creepy. I'm just sad that her dad has never been so in love with someone that he wants to hold her until she crumbles. His loss. When I was a teenager, I was a huge WWE fan, and there was this wrestler named Edge, who would perch in high places inside the arena and just watch the matches for months before he made his actual debut. Because of this, I used to do the same thing because I thought it was badass. I used to find high places and just perch there like a gargoyle for hours. In trees, on roofs of people's houses, on ledges, anywhere that I could climb, and I would just sit there, crouched motionless, and watch people's reactions when they would see me. The hero that Gotham deserves. I was a stoner slash skater that didn't smoke pot, didn't skate. I did however wear really baggy JNCOs and not wash my hair very often. SK8R boy. CUL8R boy. I did the whole dye my hair black, black fingernail polish, black smudgy eyeliner. I was an emo dude. But I also loved gangster rap, so I worked big chains with Batman symbols on them. It was a mess. The cross-section with emo culture and children's cartoons has always baffled me. Your Batman chain, for example. In my time you weren't a true emo girl if you didn't have that blue Cookie Monster snapback they sold at Hot Topic. We called that scene at my school. I bought Happy Bunny merch from Hot Topic unironically. Along with those Trip Raver pants, with the chains, and Manic Panic amplified hair dyeing blue. I owned band tees, without ever listening to the bands because they looked XX hardcore XXX. I wrote angsty Dragon Balls and Trigonoid fanfiction. Multiple. That were over 100k words. DeviantArt. I decided it was a fantastic idea to shave my eyebrows a finger width thick in 7th grade. My parents only recently told me they called them Hitler brows behind my back. As an Asian kid, Asian pride was in full effect. I had the spiky hair that had so much damn LA looks hair gel in it, I'm surprised I didn't go bald. Yelling out "got rice" and writing Asian on school desks are other phases I just cringe at. Also attempted to break dance, even though I have the rhythm of a wet noodle. I went to a high school which was 90% Asian. I remember when back there everyone's MSN name used to start with Lil Asian. Oh, and one time our whole grade was playing tag during lunchtime, and someone shouted, "Asians only." Bet whoever shouted that cringes at themselves today. As an Asian who was a minority in my high school, this is hard for me to imagine. Manic pixie delusional idiot. I thought by trying to turn myself into the opposite of every female stereotype, super into sex, not into commitment, loves sports and booze, not into emotional BS, not into makeup or standard fashion, not into gifts, said PMS was a load of poo, etc. Guys would be dying to be with me. They would gush to all their friends about how I was so cool and not like other girls. Turns out that being a big fake isn't that attractive at all. I think every woman goes through that "I'm not like other girls" phase, which really just invalidates your own feelings / needs and lets guys step all over you. The cool girl passage from Gone Girl speaks to my soul. Was far too good at Dance Revolution and would go places just to play it. I also wore those giant pants with too many straps, so I jingled like a change purse. I was pretty nerdy and had a lot of embarrassing phases, such as my kawaii phase. But we aren't here to talk about my kawaii phase, we're here to talk about my Hamlet cosplay blog. I was a bit into cosplay during high school, and during my senior year English class, we read Shakespeare's Hamlet. I've enjoyed the works of Shakespeare for quite a while, but something about Hamlet did it in for my little emo, misunderstood heart, and I created a cosplay for Hamlet. I took the work and imagined it inside a 2000s high school where Hamlet was the emo kid, Ophelia was a scene girl, Horatio was a hipster, so on and so forth. So I opened up a Tumblr blog where a couple times a month, I would open up my ask box and answer questions in my cosplay. I got my friend into it too, and we would cosplay answers together or even go to the mall. In between answering, I would blog some cringy emo shirt, write cringy Hamlet imagines, and create super cringy Hamlet x Whoever Love playlists. Somehow, my blog garnered about 400 followers and one of my cosplays was even featured on a hot scene boys only blog. I'm a girl. Also, if you google emo Hamlet, my blog comes up, and if anyone brings it up, I cringe into the next dimension. I went through a pretty long r/not like other girls phase, combined with an r/I am very smart and edgelord atheist phase. It wasn't pretty. Same, with a side order of really terrible poetry. I'm very glad those years happened before everyone documented everything on the internet. I did the same, but I had a DeviantArt account and it's all documented there in the journal. Some of that shit just makes me want to delete it all, but it's funny to look back on every few years. Being into rave culture. I had a tongue piercing and wore hilariously huge alien pants with tassels on them. Sigh. Edit. Oops, UFO pants, not alien. I hated my naturally curly hair and straightened my hair out badly every day. All my pictures look ducking ridiculous, like a blow-dried Guido from the 80s. I spent a few months in the 9th grade dressing up in a matching tracksuit because I thought it was so ducking cool. I looked like a Russian teenager drug dealer. I was a hardcore communist for like 3 years in college. Like, I seriously believed Stalin didn't kill anyone, and it was a massive capitalist propaganda effort to make it seem like he was a murderous dictator. I'm really glad this phase was almost completely digital, and it mainly took the format of long involved debates about communism in now defunct message boards. I looked like a Russian teenager drug dealer. I was a hardcore communist for like 3 years. Checks out. I grew up in a small town in New York. Graduating class of 100. I was always a bit of a redneck, but my senior year of high school, I kicked it into overdrive. Blue jeans, sleeveless t-shirt, work boots, cowboy hat every day. Also got a barbed wire tattoo. Tried to, couldn't stand it. Couldn't grow a beard or mustache, but I know I would have, had I been able to. Luckily, I haven't found any photographic evidence of this phase. Grow a bear. Did you try planting bear seeds or did you start with cub and go from there? My friends and I all had live journals, and we would regularly passive-aggressively communicate with each other through them. Live journal entry. Ugh. I can't believe how crazy Sam has been lately. I know her boyfriend broke up with her, but that was months ago. She's no fun to hang around anymore. Sam's live journal entry, the following day. I am sick and tired of people who don't understand what it's like to have a broken heart. I spent 2 weeks in the box phase. Backstory, I was a firm believer in be a kid while you can and make school memorable. Also, I was just overall bad at reading situations for most of my years growing up. One day, prom's coming up and some guy hides in a giant cardboard box to surprise his girlfriend. I later found this box in the middle of the hallway and had one of my stupidest ideas ever. I took this box back to class and began repairing it. Not just before and after, but during class. Honestly, I think the only reason I got away with it is because it was religion class and the teacher probably thought I was challenged. I cut a hole in the front of the box for my eyes and wrote "turtles are nice" on it. For 2 whole weeks, I would walk from class to class with that box thinking I was a solid ducking snake. At one point, I brought the box home for the weekend. On the way my friends came and tried to take the box, and I actually chased after them. Should have just let them have it. After 2 weeks of my friends telling me to get rid of it, I finally jumped on the box and crushed it. Worst part was, this was in grade 11. I guarantee that the whole school thought I had some form of mental disability, and I really don't blame them. I still lie awake at night just coming to terms with the fact that everyone from my high school remembers it. Moral of the story, don't. Just don't.